What if a guy just wants to figure out, hey, how do I add some size to my biceps so I can finally fill out my shirts? So you begin your search online, right? And you see videos like this: 73 studies, science-based biceps workouts, designed by big bodybuilders and TikTok influencers that are taking steroids. Isn't there something simple that's made for guys over 40 that actually works? Yeah, there actually is. I'm a 44-year-old guy myself, and the last thing that I want to do is waste my life lifting weights in the gym like a bodybuilder just to add some size to my biceps. And I'm sure you don't either. So today I'm going to share 3 simple movements that I alternate between when I'm trying to add size to my biceps so they're hit from every possible angle. And if you're just coming to the channel for the first time, I stick to simple stuff that works for guys over 40 that just want to feel better about themselves when they take their shirt off without overcomplicating things. The stuff I cover here on this channel is simple, straightforward, and effective. I assure you, what I do works, and it works every single time, no matter how busy you are. If you can relate to this, do me a favor and punch the like button because it helps this channel grow. That way, I can help more guys just like you. All right, let's get to it. If you want to start filling out your shirts, like I said, you need to know what creates the illusion of bigger, more powerful arms. So I'm going to cover that first. Then I'll show you the movements and show you exactly how I do them so you can activate the most muscle fibers with the least amount of work. And at the end of this, I'll show you how I incorporate them into my schedule so you can smash your biceps training in less than 15 minutes and get in the best shape of your life. All right, so the first thing that's going to make your arms look thick from the side is the long head of your biceps. It's what creates that peak and height when you flex. And when I'm trying to make my arms look wider from the front, I target the short head of my biceps. And it fills out that inner line so your arms look broader and more powerful straight on. But here's what most people forget when they train arms. There's one muscle that makes your entire upper arm look thicker from every angle because it pushes both biceps heads up and out. That's the brachialis. When you build this, it has the biggest visual impact from the side and gives you that thick arm look even when you're completely relaxed. And if you hit all 3 areas from the right angles with the right exercises, you won't feel average ever again. You do this properly and you're going to look jacked from the front and the back. So there's 3 powerful movements I use. I'll show you exactly how I do them, but if you don't know how to plug them into your actual workouts, none of this is actually going to do anything for you. So make sure you watch that part right after this so you can actually make these work for you. All right, movement number 1, hammer dumbbell curls. These crush your brachialis and give you that thick arm look even when you're relaxed. They also hammer your brachioradialis for forearm size so you look jacked in a t-shirt without even flexing. I hit hammers first because this muscle is usually my weak link, and if I don't train it fresh, it doesn't grow. So starting with these lets me go heavy, and it actually builds that thick arm look I'm wanting. When I used to say this from my end, my arms never changed. Once I flipped it, everything started popping. Movement 2 is barbell curls. These are my mass builder because they hit both heads evenly. I stick with a shoulder width grip because it feels strongest for me and lets me load the bar without cheating. The real magic is the stretch at the bottom. I flex my triceps there to pull a deeper stretch into the biceps. And if I want a little extra pop, I'll keep my arms tighter to my sides, but I always finish with that tiny upward squeeze at the top. That little move just locks the concentration in and makes every rep hit way harder. And movement 3 is incline dumbbell curls. These absolutely smash your long head so you look jacked from the outside. The stretch at the bottom is insane, and it hits the long head in a way almost nothing else does. So this is the move that builds the peak, and it's probably one of my favorites because it just works. And honestly, if I could pick only one biceps movement for the rest of my life, this would be it. So for most guys, the easiest way to plug these movements into your routine is just to throw them in at the end of your back day. It's simple, zero overthinking, and if you want the full breakdown of how I structure my split, watch my other video, How I Got Jacked Over 40 with Only 3 Workouts. It's in the description. But what makes this setup work is exactly that, simplicity. I finish my back session, then I'll hit biceps. It's easy to stay consistent when you're not rebuilding the whole routine. If your biceps have been stubborn, not growing, or not responding, this is where I'd start. Add all 3 of these exercises into your back day and run them the way I'm about ready to show you. But none of it matters unless you actually do this next part. This is where most guys drop the ball. They walk in, hit some sets, and walk out, and wonder why nothing changes. Here's what I do instead. I take the first set of every movement to complete failure. That's the only set that I track. And this is why it works. Your performance is the one that becomes the plan for your next workout. There's no guessing and no, oh, maybe I'll go heavier. So here's how it plays out. You're doing 2 sets of each movement. You're going to pick a weight that forces failure between 9 and 12 reps. You hit your set, you write down your weight and reps. If you hit 9, 10, or 11, keep the same weight next time. If you hit 12 or more, that's your signal to bump up the weight by 5 pounds next session. And that's it. Your body tells you exactly what to do. Those tiny jumps really add up, and suddenly your shirts start fitting different. Listen, I'm not claiming this is the most optimal training method ever invented. I'm just telling you that this is what's worked for me for the last 15 years. I'm 44, guys, almost 45, and I look and feel better now than I ever expected at this age. And trust me, I'm only in the gym 3 times a week for 30 minutes. That's it. And if you want a system that makes this effortless, this is exactly why I built my 6-week program, Muscle OS. It gives you every exercise I use, a simple structure you can repeat for months, full exercise tutorials, weekly live calls with me, a private mastermind with guys just like you, and complete guidance so you're just never guessing. The longer you follow it, the better your results are going to be. It's made for busy men over 40 who want a strong, athletic look without living in the gym. So if you're ready to stop feeling average and start feeling like yourself again, the link is below. I'd love to coach you guys through it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.